Hey guys. So, before I start today, I wanted to do a little bit of a chat stream, a little bit of talking, a little bit of, jiving. Hey Cedra, hey everybody, thanks for the sub, Fractal, uh, Mystic Fractal. Kim is on a 15 stream streak. That is fantastic. Hello, yes. So, remember the last stream I did on New Year's Day where I said I wanted to stream more? Well, uh, I think the finger on the monkey's paw may have curled because the very next day I lost my job, and so did my friend, who is also in chat. We work together, and now we don't. So life is a little rough now, and I have no idea what I'm going to do. Yeah. Uh, nevertheless, I'm going to stick at it. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, and also, I don't know. Just I don't know what to do. I could talk more about it, but I've been moping for like 2 days or so. I may have something for you if you're interested. Are you talking about like commission work? Because I could do that, but A, it wouldn't really be sustainable because I would need to keep like going back for more. And B, I would have to file taxes, and I really don't care for doing that. But as long as I'm below a certain threshold, I probably wouldn't need to report. But anyway, Um, I'd be happy to do commission work as long as it was like not too hard for me to do. Like it isn't so much the work itself that's bothering me as much as it is the. I have a friend who works in the voice acting industry. I can give you his Discord if you like. I don't think I'm going to get very far as voice acting is concerned. Uh, Especially with the programs that I use to stream with. Like, I don't think even if I try really hard, I can't really do very much with my voice as is. But I can try and get by off odd jobs for a while, but I also wanted to show off a little something else. I'll go ahead and shut myself up for a second because I have a demo that I wanted to show off. So give me 1 sec. So that's what I've been working on for most of December. I may have, I'm sure most of you have already seen it because, I shared it in Discord as soon as it was done. But I'm pretty proud of that. Selling models like that can get you money. I designed that to be free. It's going to remain free. Mostly just because I don't want to put it behind a paywall because I specifically want to see other people using it. Thank you for the subscription, Zerno. It really means a lot to me right now. It looks amazing. It needs a little bit of work before I publish it. Also, to think that 2 days ago I was stressed out because, what if VR chat does the mandatory age verification thing? Then I might have to like hop platforms. I want it. Yeah, sure. I mean, it'll be around as long as it doesn't get like removed, but it doesn't have anything showing, so it's probably fine. I don't know how strict VR chat's like requirements are, but I don't know. I don't go into public instances. I could try doing model commissions at some point, but I am not really confident in my abilities. I know that Wraith has offered me a little bit of work in that regard. If pole dancing is allowed in VR chat, I don't know. It's kind of weird. Like, they say that private things are just private and they want to have a place for adults to be adults, but I'm not so sure. Like, adults can only do so much, and I don't really want to pay $15 for the privilege of having my ID stolen. Ah, excuse me. Suffice it to say, I've seen some shit. And what VR chat wants to do is they want to like have it so that you need to verify your age to be able to view adult content in general. So I might just update my model and just remove the sexual content tag because, like, again, I have seen some shit. I have seen gasm faces. I have seen all kinds of stuff, really. It's just kind of like, maybe I'm not so bad. And that's kind of how I felt when I removed my content labels on Twitch because, again, I go to the front page of Twitch sometimes and there's like a 50% chance there's just a girl twerking or something. I only have big boobs, so I don't think it's that big a deal. Odds are if your account is a certain age, they won't care, hopefully. I made my VR chat account like 4 months ago. I'm totally screwed. But we'll see what happens, I guess. The group that I usually hang out with, if that happens, they're probably just going to like hop platforms and try and find something else. So I don't know what's gonna happen in that regard. I don't know what's gonna happen in life in general right now. I mean, finding work is really, really hard, and I don't really know what I'm going to do because I guess I'll talk a bit about the job that I was working. I was in a warehouse. I don't really want to be specific because of privacy, but I was not getting paid a lot. They paid me 11.25 an hour, which is a pittance. I was getting abused. I would get yelled at like every single week. I would often get called over to like be harassed or just bossed around in various regards. And when they finally got rid of me, they said it was because I was being consistently late. And I don't think that matters because I got all my work done on time, but because I showed up 5 minutes late, a bit too like one too many times, they just axed me. And I think they were trying to find any excuse they could because they axed like 12 people in one day. And I feel betrayed. I put up with so much for that. I lost so much sleep. I have no idea just how much time off my life that shaved off. Just from waking up early, I was never able to adjust to the life cycle there. I had to wake up at 6 a.m. I hated waking up at 6 a.m. I could not manage it. I would just, even if I went to bed early, my circadian rhythm just wanted me to fall asleep after midnight. So at most, I would often go in with only 6 hours of sleep. Usually, it would only be with 4 hours of sleep. And that was the case for years. I was there for 3 years, losing sleep, getting barely paid, and just putting up with harassment and shouting. Really wish people didn't have to work in places that suck. I just put up with it because I wanted to have a job. And now that I don't have a job, I feel paralyzed because I feel like if I don't, like, I want to work. I'm willing to work, but I'm not willing to find work because the job hunt process is like pulling teeth. It's hard to even start doing that because I worry so much that if you put in an application, there's like a 90% chance that you're just going to get ghosted. Especially nowadays with AI algorithms that just sort out the chaff without people even looking at the application. So it's about I hate this place, but finding another is so hard. That's why I didn't find a better job for 3 years. Because I was stuck there and I was just thinking, this is the best I can do. Do I have a backup plan? This is my backup plan. If I lose this, I've got nothing. And then I lost it. I lost it and I don't know what to do now. Um, I tried asking around. I've tried looking for various things, but I haven't really started my search yet. This happened 2 days ago. I'm still really, really worked up about it. It was really hard for me to even get out of bed today. Here's hoping things turn out okay. Honestly, it's probably for the best because that job was very, very bad for me. I already mentioned the loss of sleep, but also the emotional turmoil that it put me through, the trying hard every day and never getting thanked for it, getting yelled at every week for tiny mistakes. Can't afford to look for a proper job since I got family and disability pension. Oh, well, aren't we just having a hunky-dory time? I might be able to get unemployment insurance, I don't know, but they're going to require me to put out a lot of applications for that, and I don't really know if I can. Like, I don't have transportation is the really bad part. I was carpooling to work with my friend who was also working there, and he took full responsibility for me being late, and they still fired me. And then they fired him. You can always check out the library. I don't think there's a library anywhere near me. I mean, I think there is one, but it's like way out of walking distance. It's just a complicated situation, and if I could get by on my own, I would, but I, taxes and shit, you know? So, I guess I'll just try to stream more. I mean, I know I'm not nearly popular enough to get by on my own that way, but I already got like one paycheck from Twitch, and that felt pretty good. It meant that all of my efforts were put towards something, so, well, we'll see. I'll get through this. It's just gonna be rough for a while. I've got enough saved up that I can probably still afford to buy the Steam frame when it comes out, unless something else comes up, but it's gonna be rough. Commissions, Twitch money, and maybe even YouTube money along with odd jobs should be enough to scrape by. YouTube does not want to pay me. Like, I can't even apply for, like, the partnership program because they've got, like, really strict requirements on how much you need to be watched. I've got 170 followers on here. That's actually fantastic. I've gotten, like, 80-something followers since I started VTubing. That's great. If it was feasible, I would come up there and drive you to work every day. That would be really nice, but I just worry a lot because even if people offer me to give me a ride, I can't always rely on that because I don't really know if it's going to be like a regular thing. It would be with me. I know. But part of being independent is not having to rely on other people for that sort of thing, and I don't really know, like, things will work out, hopefully. I know. I'm just I'm trying to get rid of the partnership program and pushing Hollywood. They're actually doing buyouts for the people with partnerships. Yeah, I've been considering uploading my VODs to like a mirror program because like I don't know if I can rely on YouTube forever. Their AI moderation is like deleting channels left and right. And a while ago, Tara, friend of mine, left YouTube entirely because she didn't want her entire like life's work on that platform to just be thrown away on a whim just because someone was having a bad day at work and they wanted to take it out on someone. So she moved to Rumble, so I could possibly move to Rumble. I don't know. But YouTube's program for like monetization requires that you have like a minimum amount of viewership that is kind of ridiculous. It's like I think it's like 4,000 watch hours in the past month or 1 million views on a short. They want to push shorts because they can get into more of their money from ads. God, I hate short form content. I have a browser extension to just block shorts entirely. And that's to say nothing of older videos that were like under a minute long that they automatically converted to shorts. I mean, I don't know if that happened to a lot of things, but I know it happened to like one of the channels I watch. just life and the internet and everything around it just feels suffocating and hopeless. And even if I had a decent following, I don't know if I'd be able to make my own way. It's just a rough time. I don't know what to say. I kind of felt like just giving up, but I don't really know. Like, if I did, I would be hurting a lot of people, and I can't do that to my friends. Even if I don't care about myself. It's just gonna be rough for a while. That's all I can really say. I'd hug you if I could. I want to hug all of you. It would be so nice. With long form content, it's something like a 10% creator cut. With shorts, it's under 1%. Damn. Yeah, it's not really making me hopeful for making any money off of YouTube. Unless I get like a really big following, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think my VOD channel has like 32 subs. That's fine. I'm getting attention, but it's just not coming in at a rate that would be acceptable for me to make it my full-time job. I just need some way of making money, and I'm certainly not going to get that on my own, not with income tax and stuff. Even if I don't care about myself, I'm alive for the sake of my friends. I also experience that. Yes, it's the only thing that keeps me going for the most part. I'm sorry to trauma dump right now, but like I put like everything I had into that job. Like it was because of that job that I ended up on like medication, and now it's just gone, and I just feel like there's a giant hole in my life that I don't know what to do with. YouTube is trying to get rid of indies because they have no way of controlling what they say or show. Well, you say that, but oddly enough, YouTube's algorithm has been pushing a lot more smaller channels on me in general lately. And that's been the case with a lot of people. It's just like, hey, you want to watch this video with like under 200 views? It's like, honestly, yes. No need to apologize. They abused you. You gave them everything and they didn't deserve you or your effort. Again, this was a job where being late didn't really matter because, like, of course it would matter after a certain point, but I was only like regularly 5 minutes late. I've worked at Walmart before, and they had a 10-minute window of acceptable time to show up. But 5 minutes, that's ridiculous. Like, the only reason I was late is because the car was iced over. We had to, like, chip it off in order to, like, see out the windshield. And they heard that, and they're just like, alright, bye. Being late didn't matter because I would be 5 minutes late, and the only deadline would be 2 hours after I'd show up. So I would show up, and I would do all my work. I'd get it all done before the first deadline. And they said, apparently thought that wasn't good enough. This is just corporate lifestyle. It's bullshit. My job is a 7-minute window. If you're late, you just use 15 minutes of PTO to cover it. Oh, I didn't get PTO because I was a part-time employee, and that means that I'm a second-rate citizen. But at least I have chocolate milk. Yummy, yummy. Oh, we're coming in a little early the next day. You see, the thing is, whenever I'd show up late, they would just be like, ah, it's not a big deal, just get to work. And then all of a sudden, they're just like, oh yeah, corporate wants us all to show up, like, on the minute that you're ready. You gotta show up on the minute. Chalky milk is yummy. I know, I know. Also, it's some form of hydration. I've got to be frugal for the next coming weeks. I've still got a lot of groceries. I'll try to make the most of them. What does your library do with those 7 minutes? I have no idea. Well, I mean, that would be a question for Silver to figure out. I have no stake in that. I gotta say, I just kind of feel used because I put so much into that, and I feel like I was just discarded the second I became no longer useful for them. And I can't say I never saw it coming because they switched over to like a computer system and they were just like, oh yeah, this system is so much more efficient now. And then I heard like, oh yeah, they're gonna start getting rid of people. That's why I'm pretty sure that it was just downsizing that was disguised as firing. Corporations will have their ways, unfortunately. They didn't value me at all. Like, there was one time I went to my boss and said that I wasn't feeling valued, and she just went into this, like, 4-minute long rant about everything she thought was wrong with me, and again, I put up with so much. I put up with all of this, and I put up with it for 11.25 an hour, and I just got thrown aside like a wet rag. I don't really know what else to say. I'm going to get into the game pretty soon, but thank you for listening to me vent and trauma dump to you. I might check myself into a mental health center sometime soon. I hear those places can help you find work, and I think I might need it. I don't know. Regardless, thank you all for for showing up, for coming to me regularly, and also for supporting me with subscriptions and such. Have a Borgar? I would love a Borgar, but I'm going to make stir fry later today. I'll end the just chatting segment right now, and this will be a separate upload. Wish you the best of luck, Cedra. I need all the luck I can get. It's gonna be rough.